The sole administrator of Rivers State, Ibo Kitek Ibas, has defended the proposed 1.48 trillion naira 2025 budget before the House of Representatives, unveiling an ambitious fiscal framework aimed at restoring infrastructure, improving social services, and promoting inclusive development amid the ongoing state of emergency in the state. However, Ibas expressed concern over the lack of cooperation from some suspended state officials, which he said hampered comprehensive budget planning. The budget, comprising 1.48 trillion naira in proposed expenditure and a projected 1.4 trillion naira in revenue, was transmitted to the National Assembly following presidential approval and the Supreme Court's ruling affirming the legality of the Rivers State 2025 appropriation process. It aligns with the strategic priorities outlined in the Rivers State Development Plan 2017 to 2027. In his opening remarks, Ibas thanked the committee for its dedication. He went on to reveal that some suspended officials withheld crucial financial data, complicating efforts to accurately reflect first quarter expenditures undertaken by the previous administration. Nonetheless, he assured that the budget framework had been revised to legally ratify those expenditures while ensuring transparency and alignment with national standards. The administrator highlighted several major allocations, which includes 324.5 billion naira for infrastructure and transportation project, 55 billion naira to relocate and expand Rivers State University Teaching Hospital, 50 billion naira for zonal hospital upgrades, 38.85 billion naira for shoreline protection and erosion control, 30 billion naira for zonal secondary schools, and 5.75 billion naira for primary school rehabilitation, 2.5 billion naira for women's economic empowerment, and 3 billion naira for youth resource centers, 20 billion naira to recapitalize Rivers State Microfinance Bank for MSME support, 117 billion naira in pension, gratuities, and employee benefits.
The total revenue projected for the 2025 fiscal year is 1.4 trillion naira. As of May 2025, total revenue inflows were 597.14 billion naira, which is only about 4% less than our projection. The total expenditure planned for 2025 is 1.48 trillion naira. The proposed 2025 budget was meticulously designed to account for and regularize expenditures already undertaken during the first quarter of the fiscal year by the suspended administration before the state of emergency declaration by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Regrettably, some state officials withheld critical information required to ensure a more complete capture of those expenditures at the time of submission of the budget estimates. However, recognizing the exigencies under the state emergency and the need to ensure fiscal credibility, the budget framework integrates expenditure information made available before the submission of the budget proposal to ratify the first quarter expenditures within a lawful and transparent structure. This ensures alignment with statutory appropriation protocols while safeguarding the integrity of public finance management. Additionally, in anticipation of the eventual return to constitutional order, the draft budget prudently retains provisions for the offices and functions of suspended political actors, some of whom have already drawn unallocated resources in the first quarter and are expected to resume their duties at the expiration of the emergency period.
Chairman of the House Committee on Rivers State Oversight, Honorable Julius Ihumbere, commended the administrator for his detailed briefing and reaffirmed the committee's commitment to supporting the peace and development efforts in the state. He stressed the importance of transparency and due process in reviewing the budget. He praised the inclusion of people-centered interventions in the budget, particularly in areas such as women's empowerment and pensions for retirees.
I'll let you know that this committee is committed to working with you to restoring stability, peace, growth and development in Rivers State. Rivers has always been a shining example, of what is possible with good leadership. And that's why this commitment is there. We will scrutinize the budget. We would invite you. You may send your relevant officials to represent you to the defense, the proper defense of the budget. I want to assure you, in as much as we are committed to joining hands with you to ensure that Rivers gets back on track, we are not going to cut corners. We are going to do the job as we would normally do it for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That way we will be helping you, we'll be helping ourselves, and we'll be helping the country.
The committee is expected to begin budget defense sections in the coming weeks as lawmakers continue to assess the proposal to ensure fiscal discipline, accountability, and effective implementation within the state emergency governance structure. As reported by National Assembly correspondent Tofa Momo, I am Baba Sunday, Eagles FM News.